Ayun. All right. So good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for taking the time today to attend this briefing. So my name is Misha, and I'm a Global Link point person for this year's Estilo de Vida. So today we have invited all of Estilo de Vida sponsors, contractors, the organizing committee, and as well as links for a briefing with this year's top 3 finalists. So our goal for today is to discuss the remaining requirements we'll need to prepare for the event, as well as yung ingress, show proper and egress information. Sa dulo, we will be having a Q&A where everyone is welcome to ask any questions or clarifications. And so with that, I'd like to call our Estilo de Vida Chair, Architect Leslie Villanueva, to present us with updates.
November 4.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. So welcome again to today's briefing. We've already met prior. We've had a briefing with the students and the mentors before the competition started, and we also had an initial briefing with the sponsors and contractors. I think that was last week. So today, since we already have the results of the top 10, we will be reviewing the specifics of the event to guide also the students who have made it to the top 10. So again, welcome to all of our sponsors here today. Welcome to the Estilo de Vida committee members who are also here today. I think I see Sir June and Sir Ruben.
Good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone.
It's good afternoon. And some representatives from the sponsors are here as well. So for those who do not know, the Estilo de Vida is co-presented by Boysen Paints and also CW Home Depot. I think their representatives are also here today, so welcome. And we also have our technology partners, CIM Technologies, and our other sponsors. We are very excited to welcome also IFEX, Landlight, and S&D by Primex. And this is the organizing committee of PhilConstruct. So we have Will Desena, and again, I mentioned Sir June Edepanyo from the MCI, the overall PhilConstruct chairman, and then there's Sir Ruben, the Techno Forum chairman, and Sir Barry, I'm not sure if he's here today, the PCA executive director, and myself as Estilo de Vida chair. Okay, next slide, please. And of course, we thank the representatives of our contractors who are attending today. We have representatives from Bill Desena and Associates, welcome. Representatives from DM Consunhi Inc. and representatives from Datem Inc. Okay, next slide. And welcome also to Miss Ning Ning Doble. Is she here? So she is the reason why we are having this very special edition of Estilo de Vida this year. So we are partnering with Links to help them bridge that gap between the children and reading. So she has also entailed the services of some volunteer artists that she has worked with in Links. So their names are displayed here in this slide. Okay, next slide, please. And now we announce the top 3 finalists. The top 10 were announced yesterday in our Facebook page. So here they are in no particular order. So for the top 3, we have Joel Jose from University of Northern Philippines Vegan. Joel, are you here? Is he
Yes,
here?
ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Okay, welcome and congratulations for making it to the top 3.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, next slide. Next slide, please. Our next finalist is from Iris. We have Kaori Furuta. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Hello, rinig po ako.
Hello, tama ba yung
Um,
pronunciation? How do
Kaori
you
po,
pronounce?
Kaori.
Kaori. Okay,
Thank you
welcome
po.
Kaori.
Yes, thank you po.
Okay, next slide. And our last finalist for the top 3, we have Elisha Gale M. Quanico from University of the East, Caloocan.
Good afternoon po, no?
Hello, Elisha. Welcome and congratulations for making it to the top 3. Okay. Are the semi-finalists also invited to today's Zoom?
Actually, I don't think so, but I still left the slides here para lang ma-acknowledge lang din sila.
All right, so for the info of everyone, we have a mini competition for the semi-finalists. So it's not just the top 3. Well, the top 3 will be given a chance to build their designs during the PhilConstruct event this coming November. But the top 7 will still have a mini competition to determine which design can be applied to another school that has been donated. The library is being donated by one of our contractors, Will Desena and Associates. So they'll be having a mini competition, a voting competition, which can showcase their vlog, and also they can post it online. We will be posting it online, and it will be through a voting process. Okay, so for our semi-finalists, we have from UP Diliman, Frances Dandan. Next slide. Again, from UP Diliman, we have Lay Margaret Villarama. And then from Iris, we have Elisha Bagao. And from a University of the East Caloocan, we have Kota Parinya. For our 5th semi-finalist, we have from DLSU College of St. Benilde, Mark Vegaso. And then from University of Northern Philippines, Vigan, we have Raisa Artates. And then our last semi-finalist is from Batangas State University, James Rocco. Okay, so for the submission requirements or for the competition mechanics for the top 10, so even if you have been chosen already, there are still some refinements and additional requirements that you have to submit. So you have already submitted your design brief, your concept board, but now that you have been announced, the top 3 will be working with the Links partner artists to develop your art concept board. So in your design, you have a space there for wall murals, and the Link partner artists will be the one to execute this during PhilConstruct and also in the actual library itself. So you will be meeting up with them. So you can already, we will be giving you the contacts of the contractors and also the artists, so that you can already start collaborating with them on your final mural. So you will be submitting this. You will be showing the deadlines for the additional requirements. And then another additional requirement, sorry, I will just correct this. For the video blog, this will be for the top 10. So all finalists from top 1, from the top 10 will be submitting a video blog. You will be editing this to include your design process, your for the top 3, your coordination process with the artists and contractors, and also your sourcing, your creative process, and also how you are able to get your inspiration for your designs. And then for the other semi-finalists, you can include also the process that you've gone through in submitting your initial requirements, because this will be the basis of the voting, the posts that you will be submitting for voting for the mini competition. Okay, next slide, please. So there, this is just a narration of what I mentioned earlier. So that the top 10 will be required to submit a video blog showcasing their design process. And then the top 10, you have a chance to revise your bill of materials and quantities. So the sponsors are here today to help you in your sourcing. So you'll be able to contact them to get the specific costing for the items that you need for your design. So you need to update your bill of materials and your quantities through coordination with our sponsors. There. So I also mentioned this earlier for the mechanics for the top 4 to 10. Okay, next slide. Okay, and then for the top 3, your design will be executed in the following manner. So you have a chance to build your design at the PhilConstruct Expo in SMX Manila. The basic expenses will be shouldered by PCA. However, I'm sure all of you know that the budget should be within 360,000 pesos per student or 10,000 pesos per square meter. So make sure that your design, all of the items that you included in your final perspective should already be considered as within that budget. And then the following support will be provided by PCA for the winning students. So we are here to give you the support from the potential sponsors. We will be providing your basic allowance when you are here in Manila, the labor for construction, and other utilities that you may need to execute this design. Okay, next slide. There. So in terms of using the catalog of the sponsors, you are of course encouraged to use these suppliers in your design. This was already mentioned even at the beginning of the competition. So it will be easy to source. The purpose of this is so that it will be easy to source your materials, and also so that when you feature it in your design, the sponsors can also proudly showcase their products in your showcase, in your booth. But just a reminder, if you are not able to find any of the items or materials you need in our sponsors catalogs, you are discouraged at least to use products from a direct competitor, even if you do have to source it for yourself. So we'll be providing also a list of the direct competitors that you cannot source from. Okay, next slide. Okay, so and then some additional mechanics for the top 3. So you'll be giving a VIP pass when you are coordinating with the sponsors, which will be used when purchasing materials from specifically from CW Home Depot. And then professional help may not be obtained during the contest proper, although of course, you may consult with your mentor. And any damages caused by the contestants to the products of the sponsors shall be the liability of the contestant. Of course, these materials will be donated to the school. So we want to make sure that when we transfer all of these things, the materials, the built-up items to the schools, to the final schools, that they will be in top condition. Okay, and then for the rules of the exhibition hall, this will be discussed later by Misha. Okay. Okay, next slide. I think this is covered already by the initial mechanics. Okay, and then for your info, these are the activities that you need to take note of, the deadlines that you need to take note of for the PhilConstruct activities. So we already announced the top 10 finalists yesterday, and today is the briefing of the finalists with the sponsors and contractors. So these are all online. And the other revisions or enhancements that you can do to your requirements, this will be submitted on October 10. So these are the revised BOQ if you want to revise your perspective. But take note that if you want to revise your perspective, it should not veer too much away from your original concept and design. This is just siguro to improve lang certain details, but not to change the design. And then October 10 is also the deadline of the blog entries. And then for October 18, you will be with along with the contractors and the sponsors, you need to submit the manual forms. So this will be discussed by Misha later on. And again, for the contractors, the deadline for the list of crew. And then for October 31, this is the start of the exciting part. This will be the day 1 of ingress. So again, as mentioned in the previous briefing, this coincides with the whole period of ingress coincides with a holiday. So make sure that you schedule your manpower during this time ahead of time. And then day 2, this will be the arrival of the Links artists. So they'll be starting with your mural already by November 1. And then day 3, hopefully this will already be the finishing touches of your booth. Because by November 3, the 4th day after ingress, this is already the opening of the Estilo de Vida exhibit. So there will be a ribbon cutting at 11:30 a.m. And then for November 4, this will be the date of your final pitch. So you will be presenting your design to a panel of judges. There will be a meeting room set up for this. And then you will have a chance to defend your design, and the judges also have a chance to clarify some things regarding your design. And we will also be awarding the semi-finalist winner on November 4. For the final winners, this will be announced on November 6. So there will be an awarding ceremony. And what's special about the ceremony is that we are also inviting some students from the schools that will receive the design and also the finished product of the library. So they will be there to witness your awarding. Okay, and then November 6 will also be, after the event, will also be the egress. Okay, next slide. And this is the building setup schedule. So after we remove all of the items from PhilConstruct, this will then be stored by the contractor, and the construction of the library will commence in this manner. So December 2022 will be for DATEM, for the Alfonso Central School. So whoever is assigned to DATEM will also be building, or your design will be the one used for this specific school. And then for the one assigned to Will Desena and Associates, you will be building for Nara Elementary School. This will commence tentatively on February 2023. And then for DMCI, there is still an unnamed school in Taguig, but this will commence April 2023. And then the second school that is donated by Will Desena and Associates will be in Calasiao, Pangasinan. And hopefully this will start tentatively September 2023. I think this is a typo. It's 2020.
Yes, typo yan.
Okay. Sige, next slide. And this is the layout of, this is going to be like an initial rendering of what your booths will look like in SMX. So this will be outside the main hall at the second floor. Okay, next slide. And so you will have an idea of how this will be set up.
Leslie, I think yung sound mo nawawala pag lumalayo po kayo. Okay.
Ayan.
Ay.
Lang.
Para siyang nag-ano. A little choppy lang po. I'll let you know naman.
Oh, sige. Okay.
Sige lang, go lang.
Next slide.
Parang mahina. Maybe you have earphones po. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. While she's getting her earphones, yeah. So this is the basic render of yung estilo de vida booth. So this will be nasa mezzanine floor sa SMX, and ayan, we have already ano ba? We already allotted kung sino yung naka-assign sa booth 1, 2, and 3. So yan po siya. Kamusta, Miss
Hello.
Leslie? Ayan, I think it's
Okay na.
better.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So now we'll reveal who
Ay.
is assigned to which contractor. Tama ba?
Parang choppy pa rin ba?
Choppy pa rin.
Sometimes I hear you, sometimes. Sige lang, go lang.
Okay na?
Ito ba, Miss
Here.
Midi? I think.
May time na nawawala, ma'am.
Okay. Lakasan ko na lang. Ayan. So the next slide
Ayan.
will reveal which student will be assigned to which contractor.
Okay, next slide na.
Okay, so for the first booth, Joel, you will be assigned to Will Desena and Associates. And the links team to be assigned to you are as follows. So there will be 3 artists assigned to you, so you can already start with the conceptualization of your final mural. And then for booth 2, Kaori, you are assigned to DMCI, and shown here on screen is the links team assigned to you. And then for Elisha, you're assigned to Datem, and your links team is shown on the screen. And so I guess this also assigns which school your design will be awarded to. So Joel, your school will be implemented in Pangasinan. Kaori, your design will be implemented in Taguig. And Elisha, your design will be implemented in Alfonso, Cavite. Okay, next slide. Yeah, so this is just the floor plan of the booth setup for Estilo de Vida. Okay, next slide. Okay, so and just to add to your final pitch, for November 4, the criteria for judging for the final presentation is a bit different from the preliminary judging. So we have 30% for the overall design translation, 30% for design presentation and delivery. So this is also how you are able to communicate it to the panel of judges will also bear weight. And then 25% for design feasibility, functionality, 10% for theme compatibility and relevance, and user impact is 5%. Next slide. And again, these are the prices that we've announced at the beginning of the competition, with your mentors also having a cash prize. So please make sure also that you are advised well during the whole competition. So, kulitin nyo ng kulitin yung mga mentor nyo. Since they're the ones who have real life on the field experience, and they can help you with the coordination with the contractors. They can help you also with your revision for the BOQ, BOM, so that when you present your final pitch, yeah, you can cover also some of the questions that your mentors think will come up during the final presentation. Okay, next slide. Okay, so for
Okay.
the event information, I'll turn you over to Misha.
Okay, so ako naman, I will discuss yung ingress, show proper and egress, ano ba, how it works. And so I've already talked about this now with the contractors and sponsors. Pero since we have the top three here, I think I have to explain this again kasi you will already be inside part of yung field construct at the beginning during ingress pa lang. Alright, so some general requirements. So yung estilo de vida contractors and sponsors will be treated as yung special design suppliers of the show. So medyo may special treatment tayo. And meron tayong separate counter na dedicated for estilo de vida exhibitors. And that's where you'll find me. So don't worry about that. Kung hindi niyo ako mahanap, ako maghahanap sa inyo. And ayan, so some sponsors have already been asking about yung manual form. So this one, I will be sending this to you via email this week pa lang po. So baka natakot lang kayo. We're just finalizing some details. And so pag sa preparation nyo, please already start setting aside yung list of yung mga vehicle type and plate number. And yeah, you can send to me already para ready na tayo kapag ingress na. And so ito lang naman yung show dates is November 3 to 6. And as you can see sa on-ground show hours, it varies. So sa November 3, it starts from 10:30 a.m. to 6 p.m. Tapos November 4 to 5, it's from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. And on the last day, it's from 10:30 to 5 p.m. I think this is giving allowance then also for aggressive. And then coinciding with yung on-ground operations, meron din po tayong online show actually. And so this one is live also with exhibitors from November 3 to 6. And live for browsing from November 7 to 13. So, okay. So sa ingress, we will be implementing a first in, last out policy. And yung individual time slots will be sent to email. So this one, pending pa to, but I will update you on this. So this is for ingress pag papasok na tayo. Yung trucks, they must proceed to block 29. And for yung person accomplishing the requirements, they must go sa ground floor lobby. So may ingress counter po doon. So yung block 29, as you can see, is at the bottom right of the map. And ayan, medyo may animation shot. Andiyan ang SMX. And yan, it's just gonna show you yung direction. So if you're overwhelmed with all of this information, don't worry because I will be sending out the slides so you can review this. And so ito po yung itsura ng likod ng SMX. So what we have changed pala for this year is yung ingress counters actually nasa harap. Pero dyan pa rin po kayo dadaan. Lahat ng mga items will come sa likod pa rin siya papasok. So just make sure yung representative niyo po will go here and then walk papunta sa harap para ma-secure yung mga gate pass and papers and IDs. So yeah, no delivery shall be allowed using the main entrance at Seashell Lane. And during egress, meron din naman tayong parking for cars and trucks. And ito po yung rates niya. And for this one, you have to contact si Ms. Hannah of SMX. So yan, again, ito yung tao na mag-aasikaso ng papers. Somewhere here po yung ingress counter ng estilo, but I will update you on this. Yeah, I'll be somewhere here. And yeah, step 2 is, ayan, you have to place sa truck mo yung delivery vehicle pass, the vehicle tag, and yung sa ingress counter, you have to present to me yung gate pass form. And this will come from your manual forms. So don't be scared. Sisend ko pa lang to this week. So yeah, the delivery vehicle pass, you have to keep this because it's the same delivery pass na gagamitin mo for egress. And you have to take note that the delivery vehicle pass cannot serve as the parking pass. So it will only allow yung delivery from block 29. Because parking is for World Trade, but since we're in SMX, block 29 lang po tayo. And ito po yung itsura ng vehicle tag. This will also be given sa exhibitors, and it has to be displayed sa windshields. So, very strict tayo dyan kasi yung guards will really check for this. Now, ito po yung itsura ng gate pass form and waiver form. Yeah, so this will be in your exhibitor manual, and you have to bring 2 copies for ingress and egress. Now, for step 3, ayan, sa designated ingress counters, you have to confirm your ingress schedule by typing your company name to validate. So, basta I'll be there naman. I think I'll know where, anong company ka naman. So, we're good here. And then, yeah, once your schedule is confirmed, you may get your ID badges. So for the contractors badge, this will be 50 pesos per ID. And ito, a reminder ulit na yung name of yung contractor's crew should be submitted sa akin for cross-checking. And the crew is also required to bring their company IDs for identification. So when they give me their IDs, I will give them yung contractor's ID. Ganun po yun. And the contractor's ID is valid only for ingress and egress. Yung exhibitor badge, however, is allowed for ingress, show proper, and egress. And everyone will be allotted 5 per exhibitor po siya. Some basic ingress rules, of course, no ID, no entry, no firearms, smoking inside. You have to wear proper attire, so no slippers, shorts, sandal, open shoes, especially for yung contractors. So it's better to provide them like a uniform, na t-shirt and jeans, no mask, no entry. Of course, appropriate protection for water enclosures, no glitter, confetti, don't use strong adhesives, and no drilling painting on the panels. Now, yung general rule is there's no major painting, varnishing inside the hall, but I understand that for our competition, we will be painting a mural. So I think may exception naman tayo dyan. And ayan, of course, do not use the venue as living quarters. Items should not be dragged. And yeah, use of electronic lifter is subject to availability. So just a reminder that it's good na yung booths should be 70% prefabricated and completed prior to ingress para mas mabilis na tayo pag sa build up sa venue. Kasi marami nga din tayong items na kailangan ipagsama pag nasa ingress na. Alright, so the show proper naman, the exhibition halls will be open to all exhibitors 1 hour prior to the start of the show. So that's depending on yung sinabi kong show hours kanina, either 9 AM or 9:30 bukas na siya for you guys to set up and prepare. So yung sa booth management naman, so it has to be properly manned. And this, di ba meron na tayong booth 1, booth 2, booth 3, these have to be manned by yung finalists. So, of course, they have to be knowledgeable about the showcase kasi pag may guests, kailangan kaya mo i-answer din yung questions nila. And ayun, yung representative has to arrive 30 minutes before the exhibition opening. Same as ingress, may show rules din tayo. No ID, no entry, no mask, no entry. Bring your vaccination card. No kids allowed sa loob ng PhilConstruct. Of course, yung sa ating area, pwede ang kids kasi yun yung theme, diba? And of course, wear proper attire. And here again, yung meron tayong rates for basement parking. And here's the contact details for that. So yung schedule natin for hall closing. So from day 1 to 3, it closes at 6. And day 4, it closes at 5 PM. Yeah. Now for egress, you have to just, pag okay na, you have to present to me the following: accomplish survey form, egress clearance, payment if there's any outstanding balances, yung pass-in, pass-out form, and for, of course, yung trucks, like yung ingress, you have to proceed to block 29 and present yung truck pass and vehicle pass. And again, kailangan nyo rin ulit ng contractor's ID. And some important reminders, so no one will be able to pull out any item from the hall during the official show hours prior to the prescribed schedule. So this is the reason why we allow exhibitors to come in an hour before the show. Kasi that's the time we give for you to bring in yung konting mga, i-refill niyo yung mga brochure racks nyo, or when you're updating lang your booth. But pag show hours na, bawal na kayong magdala ng gamit. Ayan. Drivers are not allowed to leave their vehicles unattended at the loading bay, and you're allowed to bring extra personnel to facilitate the loading and unloading of your items. Just make sure you give the name sa akin para ma-secure natin yung IDs. And yung leaving of items in the hall after egress schedule is not allowed. So meron naman tayong mga storage fee. So I think it's 2,500 per company per day for items that may be hand carried. 10,000 naman siya per equipment or product per day for materials that may not be hand carried. So very self-explanatory naman. So if di nyo na-catch lahat nung sinabi ko, dito na lang muna kayo mag-focus sa summary natin of deadlines. So yung cost estimates and yung soft copy of yung design description. So this one is yung final design yun na po, along with yung bill of materials. This should come from the student and the contractor. So actually later on this week, we will also schedule meetings with yung assigned finalist and contractor para we will facilitate yung meeting nyo so that you can discuss na the design and finalize it. So yeah, yan yung mga hahanapin ko from you ng October 18. Yung next naman is yung manual forms. October 18 din po siya. And yung deadliest deadline na po to, kasi this is around the week before our show na. Yung I need the names of yung crew for construction. So yeah, you have to submit all requirements to me on those dates sana, or better pa before. And lastly, I provided sa inyo yung list of product suppliers. So when I send you this presentation, you can check these contact people out and ask mo yung mga catalogs nila, confirm nyo yung kung tama ba yung mga products na nasa bill of materials nyo. And of course, nandito din kami for yung ingress concerns, that's me. And then si Ms. Mia, you can message her for yung PCA and budget matters. And lastly, si Ms. Jana will be in charge of yung event and yung program kapag Philconstruct na. I've also left here yung contact details of yung Link's partner artists. So, ayan, nakita nyo na yun before, sino yung assigned for Team A, Team B, Team C. So, feel free na to contact them if you already want to begin with the collaboration part of your entry. So, yeah, that's all for me. I hope may na-absorb naman kayo doon. But, yeah, so now the floor is open for questions. If you have any, feel free na lang to just unmute.
I think the critical thing that the students have to remember, especially for the top 3, is that the coordination with the contractors is key. So we should already email the contacts for each team within the day so that they can already start with their meetings. Kahit
Yes.
alamang naman to, mga virtual. If you need help in setting up the virtual meetings, let us know so that we can send the invites to you. No, kasi baka yung iba kasi walang anong tawag din, the Zoom Pro account. Pero you just need to coordinate amongst your team yung schedule. and how often you'll meet, and ano yung agenda, so that very efficient yung maging meeting ninyo. Kasi konti na lang yung time.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, and I
Ingress
think-
already starts a month from now.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, huwag kayong matakot to just contact us if you need any assistance. And I think CW wants to present a quick, a quick presentation, Miss Twinkle. May gusto po ba kayong i-present sa students? Is Miss Twinkle here?
Hello, this is Anna.
Si Anna. Hi, Anna.
Yeah. Okay, hold on.
I have to stop. I'll stop sharing.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me clearly? Or malabo ba?
Okay po.
Okay. So my name is Anna. So I'm the Corp Com and Events Manager of CW Home Depot. Just a brief background. So we have been established since July 1, 2003. So we influence the retail store of building and construction in terms of a store within store retail concept, wherein everything you need to build or renovate your home or your project is all under one roof. So we have been supporting Estilo de Vida for the past 16 years. So from the start, kapartner na ng Estilo de Vida ang CW Home Depot. So these are the product lines that we have. So lahat ng yan available sa 7 stores ni CW Home Depot. Next slide, please. So ito yung very critical part because we will be providing most of the items kasi na need ng mga students during the exhibit are not the building materials like cement, etc. So since we will be providing the finishing and the furnishing items, the top 3 students must listen to these instructions very well. So for the furniture, we have these brands that will be supporting the Estilo de Vida. So again, we will provide the QR code so you can visit our social media sites and website so you can check out the items. You can also visit the 3 stores that we will be providing, especially dun sa Malayo, which is vegan. I don't know kung kaya mo pang pumunta sa aming Pampanga branch in San Fernando, but that's the nearest branch that we can open for you so you can physically see the products. So these are the brands under the furniture. We have Nest House, LNS, Find, Shelvings, because I know you will be needing a lot of shelvings. We have Scenic, and then we have Car Colossal. So this is our brand furniture. Next is the lighting and electrical. We have Megaman, Malcolux, Hunter fans, and light system. We also have tiles and floorings. So we have mosaic. So nakita ko dun sa design ng top 3, may mga vinyl. So pwede kayong pumili dito sa mga brands na to. These are the best sellers in CW Home Depot in terms of tiles and floorings. So we have vanity cabinets as well. Then we also have tile adhesive. Kung ilalagay kasi yan sa site, normally nanghihingi kayo ng adhesive sa amin. Next slide. For the bath and sanitary, I don't know if you can be able to use this, but we have this item. We have Delta and Cool bath system. We also have some kitchen and plumbing brands, Brad and Suji. And then hardware, we have Sentry, or kung kailangan ng doorknobs, etc., you can also use this. So these are the participating products under each brand. Okay, for the furniture, this three brands agreed that they will open their products, all items. Meaning, pwede kayong mamili dun sa lahat ng items nila na makikita nyo dun sa store na i-open namin that you can check out the items. So, next. These are the sample items that they have. Okay. For the shelving designs, they only agreed to limited one item per student only. So the student will be able to choose only one for the rest of their items. These are the samples of their products. And then we also have Scenic Enterprises Inc., all items as well. So these are the sample products. Kung kailangan nyo ng armchair or mga coffee table or sofa, they will also provide all items. Next. So for the car colossal, they only pick 3 items that they are willing to sponsor because they agreed to donate it to the recipient schools. So itong mga chairs na to, we actually sell this in the store, but they agreed to give it to the recipient schools after the exhibit. So ano na lang to, you'll just talk to the top 3 students. So depende kasi yun sa design nyo. So ito lang yung available na chairs na ipoprovide nila. Next. For the lights and electrical, we also have Megaman, Light System, Malco, and Hunter fans. So they agree that selected items only. So ang budget per student is only 30,000 each. So dun sa 4 na brand na yan, you can choose kung gusto nyo maglagay ng mga lights or ng mga ceiling fan. Basta doon lang tayo magsistick sa total amount per student, which is 30,000. Next. For the tiles and floorings, we have all this. We have mosaic, we also have vinyl. Lahat ng klaseng tiles na to, meron si CCW Home Depot. So you just need to look for these brands inside our stores. So all items din sila. Kasi again, depende kasi sa design nyo. So these are the samples of mosaic and some tiles and some laminates if you need laminates. Okay, next. Fino and Lux, all items as well. So you can choose doon sa lahat ng gallery nila kung ano yung mas suited doon sa inyong approved design. Next. And then we have tile adhesive. Of course, under Sakura, all items. So you can choose among all the shades that they have para dumikit lahat ng iyan. And then for the kitchen and plumbing, in case you will be needing, we also have Brad. These are stainless kitchenwares. So these are the samples. Kung gusto nyo lagyan ng ganyan, before they enter the library, they have to wash their hands. Yeah, you can also provide that. Also, we have Suji, all items. So faucet, bidet. Next. For the bath and sanitary, we have Delta faucets, all items as well. These are the high-end brands naman ng faucet namin sa store. So they agreed to sponsor. For the cool bath system, all items as well. So these are sanitary wares. Meron silang one-piece water closet, mga sinks. Ayan. And then for the lock set, Sentry only agreed worth 3,000 on selected categories only. So eto, per 3,000 for the 3 students na. Ibig sabihin, technically 1,000 per student ang magiging budget nila. Okay, these are the important forms that you need to send us. Form 1. The form 1, we will be sending a link where you can put all your shopping list there according to your design. So in there, you can also see a column na second option. Because for the past 16 years, yun lagi nagiging problema namin when it comes to, since we are a retail store, minsan yung pinili ng bata a month before is nabili na. So we always encourage them to put second option in case yung existing mo is wala na. So this form, we will provide a unique link per each student para hindi kayo magkasilipan kung ano yung mga pinili nyo. Okay, next. Okay, we will have a preloading inspection schedule. So ito, this will be held sa aming branch, sa branch namin dito sa Ortigas. So student 1 will be 9 to 10, then student 2, 10 to 11, then student 3, 11 to 12. Why is it important to have a preloading? Kasi based sa experience, minsan yung mga bata, hindi nila na-check yung item, mali-mali yung kanilang mga na-specify. Pagdating sa site, hindi yung request nila. So this time, we will give you a very good experience how it is really done sa totoong construction. So you really have to check bago mag-load yung item sa truck. We will be providing 1 truck per student. So lahat ng need na dalhin sa site, doon natin ilo-load. So we will be assigning 1 truck per each student para ma-load yung furniture, lahat ng finishing. Okay, so this is the sample of Form 1 and the deadline for this is October 6. So online lang namin to aantayin. Second is all the tags. Ito, we will be providing tags for you. So sa preloading, lalagyan nyo ng tag yung mga item na under sa inyo because we are not sure yet as based on the last meeting kung meron mapo-provide na storage ang global link kasi in the previous years laging meron yan para ma-safe keep yung mga items. So eto, ilalagay natin para hindi kayo magkapali-palitan on site. Next. And then, on the ingress day 1, marireceive yung item sa SMX. So, i-check nyo lang kung complete. So, it will be the same form as Form 1, pero ito na yung talagang final list. Then, the Form 4, quality check, egress naman to. So, kapag ibabalik nyo na yung item, you also need to report to us kung ano yung damage, ano yung hindi na maibabalik sa mga sponsors. Alright, next. So this is the sample of Ingress Day 1. So basically, this is the final list na nandoon sa site. So you will be checking all this list kapag nasa site na kayo. So October 31 yung deadline. And then for the egress, ganun din. Kung ano yung meron kasi kaming we will allow additional item kasi minsan miscalculated ang mga, lalo na sa flooring. So we allow additional items on site but we will provide only a very strict deadline para makahabol sa delivery on site. So next. Yan. So this is the returned item form. Kapag hindi nyo siya kailangan, ibalik na lang natin sa storage para hindi mawalan. Next. Yan yung sample. Okay. Final reminders to student. All forms must be fully accomplished and signed by the finalist and submitted to authorized CW Home Depot representative, which is Twinkle. So Twinkle will be your best friend on site and remotely kasi siya mag-aalaga sa inyo sa mga finishing needs nyo. And then both parties are expected to follow the set schedule to avoid unnecessary delays. So again, dapat there is a person to receive pag nag-deliver ng items ang Home Depot. So facts at a glance, these are the important dates to remember. Okay. So again, doon sa yung wala ka additional items form. Okay. So doon sa first day ng ingress, mag-a-allow kami ng additional items. Pero again, minimal lang yun. Yung mga tipong ni-request nyo na, kulang lang ng quantity. Okay? Because the final list na hiniram nyo sa amin, we will submit it to the panel of judges because they need it for the computation ng budget kung nag-overshoot kayo sa budget or not. Okay? So you have to remember these dates. Next. Yeah, next. Okay, so these are the branches that we will open and that will accommodate you para mag-guide kayo kung ano yung mga items. Kasi in the previous years, meron talaga tayong parang tipong depot tour sa mga students. Yung students briefing kasi ginaganap siya lagi sa CW Home Depot. And then after that, tinutour na kayo dun sa store para alam nyo kung ano yung mga brands na participating. But since it's pandemic, hindi na nga natin to nagawa. So we will do it per schedule or kung ano yung convenient time sa students. So you just need to let us know, especially Twinkle, para ma-assist kayo ng store officers namin on site. Next. Okay, so please screenshot this slide. This is very important. So you have to coordinate with Twinkle. And then if you need the copy of this presentation, you can also request from her para mas maaral nyo. Because I know hindi naman mabilis magsisink in lahat ng information sa inyo. So please screenshot this this slide. Next. Okay, so as I mentioned kanina, yung taga-vegan, kung hindi talaga possible to visit our Pampanga branch, you can visit naman our website. So it's pretty much, nandun naman lahat yung mga items na nag-sponsor. You can choose from there. Okay, you just need to coordinate with Twinkle kasi syempre, moving ang aming inventory. So you have to reserve as early as possible para hindi na siya mabenta. So please follow the set deadline. Next. Okay. Thank you. And if you have any concerns, the floor is also open. Kung may clarification kayo, please let us know.
Ayan. Thank you, Miss Anna. Sobrang detailed nung presentation nyo. Parang kailangan ko rin siyang aralin actually. So if you can also give me a copy of your presentation para ma-send ko rin yan sa students along with everything para lahat tayo on the same page.
Correct. Okay,
Yeah.
Misha.
Thank you. Okay. Do we have any other questions? You can also
Hello.
message. Ayan. Hi, Kauri.
Hello po. Ask ko lang
Hello.
po is, ano po yung size and area po ng exhibit po?
I think we already sent this sa competition.
I mean per booth po.
Yeah, wait, let me
It's the same
open.
size lang, Kauri, as what you designed. So it's
Yun yun, diba?
36 square meters, di ba, Misha?
I'm double checking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's 4 by 9 by 4. 36 square meters. Yeah, yun
Okay
yung
po, thank you po.
same lang yun sa sinabit yung entry dapat. Nashook ako doon. Okay, do you have any other questions? Kahit light lang naman.
Hello po.
Hello,
Mike.
hello. Hi, Mike.
Kami po yung manggagaling sa vegan. So, I'm asking po sa lodging sana if kami yung mag-provide or yung estilo de vida po.
Understanding ko po niyan is, alam ko through the years po, it has been yung contractors who have been providing yung lodging. But this one, I will double check pa. I think we're just finalizing yung agreement, but I will update you on this. That's a good question. Thank you. Ayan, I think I have another question. Yung pag-build ng shelves, pwede po bang simulan before ingress?
Yes.
Yes.
Actually, since you have a lot of built-up items in your design, it's really recommended that you coordinate first with your contractor on what you can already fabricate beforehand, before ingress. Kasi supposedly sa ingress, ano na lang yan, touch up na lang yan, connections and everything. Pero yung mga build-up, like yung mga shelving, it's best na may inventory na kayo on what it is that they can already fabricate. Tapos pagdating dun sa fill code, ikakasa na lang siya.
Yes. So I think it's also it's good to ano ba, identify anong product sa entry nyo is gusto nyong i-source sa CW and which ones is yung gusto nyong pa-fabricate sa contractors. And of course, kailangan nyo bear in mind yung budget na pasok siya. So I think that's what you need to focus on this week talaga. All right. Any more questions? No more na? Okay. If wala nang questions, I think we can end naman the briefing na. Last call. Talaga nag-aabang ako eh. Wala na? Okay, so I think we can end this briefing na but before we do, maybe we can take a screenshot. So if you can, open your camera for a quick bit. Hi guys! Sige, mag-ayos muna kayo ng slide. It's not everybody who's willing to their camera. Okay. I'll take a screenshot na in 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, one more. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay. Thank you everyone for attending today and I hope very helpful ang briefing. And
Yes, thank you. We'll try to send the team directory, well, dapat within the day. So you can already start planning your meetings with the team.
Yes. Thank you guys.
Okay. Thanks,
Thank you,
everyone.
thank
Good
you.
luck.
Good luck.
Thank you.